Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Happy Easter Sunday to you all. My name is Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching once again on this beautiful Easter Sunday. Warm. Not totally hot, but like yesterday. Holy shit. But a little bit cooler today. Gonna be dropping through the day. Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit cooler as most of us go back to work. Not me. But we had that. But hope everybody's having a great Easter day. Having a about to have your Easter lunch, or later gonna have your Easter dinner with your families and your friends and whatever. And just enjoy the day of resurrection. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Lord, rose from the dead on the glorious Easter day. That's it. We praise Him and we worship His resurrection on this great Easter day. But like I said, hope you're having a great day. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channels, all down below in the gobbledygook. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you need to get pelted with eggs. Because you're SOL. And you know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, look it up. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a cold one. I don't have one at the moment. I will later. But sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. Fuck off and kiss my ass. Let me move on with that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful Easter day, we got baseball already on. The Mets they were leading 3-1 in the 7th inning. And, Danny Young, that one. But thankfully, we found Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo, with a base hit, scores Francisco Lindor, making it 4-3. Now it's bottom of the 8th. Luis Acuna at the dish, and big old base hit. And he's going for 2 because the Cardinals' defense sucks. 59-foot double for Luis Acuna. Acuna Matata. Alright. Not that he was going to get him anyway. So, right off the plate, double. You gotta love that. Alright, Mets are in business right now. Guy on second base. Nobody out for Brett Beatty. Hopefully he can score an insurance run. The Phillies are losing, which is very good, so everything holds up. The Mets will be 2 games up again in the National League East before the Phillies come to Citi Field tomorrow for a 3-game set. And we'll see what happens with that. So early, great baseball by the New York Mets. 14-7, about to be 15-7. Depending on what happens with this game. But Mets are looking good. They are looking good, man. You're looking good, man. You're looking good. And I look good, too. Clean shaven. You gotta love it. The ladies are getting wet in their panties already. I know Rosa was before, but I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before I head to my Easter festivities, it is time for your official NXT Stunned and Deliver 2025 review. Alright, it's WrestleMania weekend. We just had WrestleMania Night 1. Lots of surprises. Jey Uso, the new World Heavyweight Champion. The New Day, 13-time Tag Team Champions. We got that. Tiffy Tiff, surprisingly, beat Charlotte Flair to stop her chance of getting number 15. And in the main event, yeah, Seth freaking Rollins, with the help of the Wise Man, you knew it was coming, beat CM Punk and our Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, to end night 1. With that, Jacob Fatu, also the new United States Champion, Jade Cargill beats Naomi, and that's that. So tonight, in a couple hours, we got night 2, which is going to start at 7 o'clock, about 2.5 hours away from now. Io versus Mommy Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair to start the show. And as always, to end the show, Cody versus John Cena for the Undisputed title to end the show. So maybe more surprises coming your way later tonight. But I will not be watching it live. I will watch it on the replay. So I will do my full review tomorrow when I get a chance. And that's that. Somebody call Tyrone. Call them. Tyrone Taylor with a Oppo inside out double to score Kuna, making it 5-3 Mets. Call Tyrone. Call that man. That's pretty much it. So, Acuna and Tyrone Taylor trade places. Mets scored a big, huge insurance run, but he got another one on second base with 1 out. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, let's get into Stand and Deliver before I have to head out. And that's that. Alright, so Stand and Deliver was a pretty good show. Sorry, my voice is still not good. So I apologize if my voice sounds like shit. But, because it is shit, Austin. Shut up. My name's not Austin. Alright. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so we are emanating from the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Las Vegas, Nevada. And our commentary team, the man with the creepy jacket and lots of candy, Vic Joseph, Corey Slave, and the man who smokes more fucking weed than you do, and that's Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! The Kool-Aid Man. And that's that. Alright, we start off the show with match number 1. Well, we start with the pre-show. Fatal 4-Way for a shot at the Women's Tag Team Championships, which will be decided tonight between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, taking on Lyra Valkyria, and it was supposed to be Bayley, but Bayley got injured by Liv and Raquel yesterday on the kickoff show, and Adam Pearce told Lyra she has 24 hours to find a partner, and it has been confirmed that it's going to be Becky Lynch, the man. Becky Lynch will be taking Bayley's place, so you know they're definitely winning tonight. So they will defend the belt, most likely if they win, they will defend the belts this Tuesday on NXT against the winner of this match, which was Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley against the lovely ladies of Fatal Influence. And that was JC Jade and former woman Fallon, don't call her to the Dawn Henley, with my girl Jasmine Nix at ringside, taking on the Meta Girls, Lash Legend, and Mr. Card Jackson if you're nasty. And as I took on Roxanne Perez, and her so-called friend Corey Jade. Elimination Rules gets down to Gigi and Tatum taking on Fatal Influence, and Gigi and Tatum get the win overall as they eliminate Fatal Influence with Cemetery Drive on Jacy Jayne in under 13 minutes. So this Tuesday night on the program, it's going to be Tatum and Gigi taking on either Liv or Raquel or Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. So we got that. And we move on with that. Alright, then we get the proper opening of Stand and Deliver, looking at Vegas, how things have gone from nothing to gold. Everything turns to gold, and now the thirst for gold is as strong as ever. It's all about winning titles. We run down the card, including a non-title match, just later. Excuse me. Alright, so we start off the show properly with our first match of the night, of the day I should say, because it was 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Pacific. So, a early morning start for you people in Vegas. After a long night of partying with SmackDown and the Hall of Fame. Alright, so we have for the North American Championship, Absolute Ricky Starks takes on All Ego Ethan Page. Pretty good match. Excuse me. Pretty good match as at one point Ricky sent Ethan Page to the floor. Goes for a dive and he hit the announce table hard and he's grabbing his leg. And everybody's like, oh my god, he's dead! And Ethan took control after that with a Boston Crab. But eventually, Ricky came back, gets some momentum back with a spinning reverse DDT, goes up top, gets caught by Ethan Page, becomes right back with a power bomb. Ethan Page then knocks him out again. Goes for Ego's Edge, hits it for a very near fall. Then goes for Twisted Grin, that twist of fate. It's blocked. And then Ricky runs the ropes, hits a spear. Then picks Ethan Page up. Rochambeau. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Ricky Starks gets the win in a little over 12.5 minutes to retain the Men's North American Championship. There's a double by Soto. Scores 2 runs. This game is over. 8-3 Mets. How we feeling now, Yankee fans? How we feeling now, you fuckers? There you go. Oh, it was 7. It's 7-3 now. I thought it was 8. I'm sorry. But good piece of hitting by the man that we have for 15 fucking years. Mr. Juan Soto scoring Lindor and Tyrone Taylor to make it 7-3. And now Big Pete Alonso up. See what he can do some more damage. And first pitch swing. Fuck. Hope you drop it. Almost did. Alright, top of the ninth for the Mets. Ryan Stanek is coming in. See if we can close the door. And the Mets will sweep St. Louis, and St. Louis will be the cleanest city in the country. And that's pretty much it. The Mets will have 4 wins in a row. And that's that. Alright, Ricky Starks gets the win. Match was pretty good, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, match number 2 for the tag team titles. We had Fraxium, A-Kid, and Ben Frazier taking on Hank and Spank, who won that tag team gauntlet this past Tuesday night. Pretty good match. 14-minute match. Back and forth they went. Lots of near falls. But we get near the end. And Ben Frazier gets sent outside. Hank tries that big flippy dippity do. Missed terribly. And he crashed into the table, which didn't break. I am the table. We get back in. High-low gets a near fall on Tank, followed by a super Spanish fly into the Phoenix Splash for a near fall as somehow Hank came back off that horrible dive and saved the matchup. And then Ben Frazier with a sling blade on Hank. He goes up top for the Phoenix Splash again, and no water in the pool for you, sir. He missed. Tank then dives on the Axiom as Hank hits a abyss like old slam on Ben Frazier. Then Hank and Spank hit their power slam neckbreaker combo. They go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. We have new. I'm sorry, my voice is going. We have new NXT Tag Team Champions in Hank and Spank. Well, Axiom was going to lose somehow to somebody, and it was 2 security guards. Figure that one out. Alright, so congrats to Hank and Spank. Great match, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, after the match, Code of Honor, you'd love to see it. Alright, we go to the back with Sarah Schreiber, and we have Penn Jillette, Penn and Teller. He's, talking to some wrestlers. He's talking about how some wrestlers don't believe in magic. And then Lexis King, the Heritage Cup champion with his cup, says, you're too much of an intellectual. So he puts the Heritage Cup in a cage. The curtain is pulled down. Magic. The Heritage Cup is disappeared. And Teller comes out. And he's like, yeet. I thought that was ridiculous. And then later on in the show, fuck. Fucking Philly just tied it up. Damn. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out for the Mets. But they win, and Philly wins their game. It'll be 1 game going into tomorrow, so. So we have that. This is a cakewalk for the Mets. Cakewalk. Good pitch there by Stanek. Good nasty slider. Alright, we'll see what happens. Hey, it's Mr. May. That big fart knocker. That's why the Yankees don't have a mascot, because it'll suck too. Not that Mr. Met sucks, but whatever. Pop up the Lindor. It's 2 outs. Now, barring a collapse, the Mets win this game in a sweep. That's that. What are you doing, Mr. Met? Are you trying to yeet? And then they just showed some hot chico on online TV. So, see what happens with that. Alright, so Lexis King loses his Heritage Cup by magic. That's that. Alright, match number 3 for the vacant Women's North American title ladder match. Sol Ruka, the wrestling Surfer Girl, taking on Brookie Hogan, Izzy Dame. Base hit by the Cardinals. So, they still have some life, but still 2 out. They're still down by 4 runs. So anyway, Sol Ruka, Brookie Hogan 2.0, Izzy Dame, Kaimani Jordan, Nola Vice, Thea Hale, the woman who smokes more weed than Booker T, and Delta. And the first woman to get the title becomes the new champ. So, lots of spots galore in this match. Some not so scary spots. But we get near the end. And, it's down to Sol Ruka and her so-called best friend Delta drawn the ladders. And then, Sol and Delta like, you know what's coming here, And then I think Sol Ruka turned on Delta. And then Sol Ruka tried to get the belt, and then holy shit, she hits a soul snatcher off the ladder, and then a double soul snatcher. Again, that was amazing. And then like I said, Sol Ruka and Delta were fighting again on the ladder. And Sol Ruka knocks Delta down. And then Sol Ruka kind of skins the cat with the ladder. That's crazy. And then, like I said, she hits the Soul Snatchers, goes back up to get the belt, and she's the new Women's North American Champion. She's also the Speed Champion, so she's a double champion. So, congrats to Sol Ruka, the Wrestling Surfer Girl. Great match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, another single by the Cardinals. First and third, 2 out. Come on, Ryan. So we'll see what happens with that. Cardinals got some life. They got the tying run at the plate. And now Stanley can't get throwing fucking strikes. Come on now. Alright, so we get that. Alright, then we see Gigi and Tatum happy to get their title shot. No matter who the champs are this coming Tuesday on the program. So we got that. Alright, then we get to match number 4. 6-man tag team match. We have Dark State. Which consisted of Cutler James, Sugar Ali, or Saquon not Saquon Barkley, that's somebody else. Saquon Ali, and Dion Lennox, taking on the D'Angelo family. My cousin, Tony D, can't come out right now, he's mad. So we had Tony D, Stacks, and Luca Crucifino with the lovely Adriana Rizzo at ringside. Match was crazy. You know, I had some doubt going into this match that Stacks cannot be trusted. And lo and behold, I was right. Because we're getting to the end. And Sugar Ali knees Stacks into Tony D. But he comes right back in for the save. And then Stacks and Tony D, you know, they start talking to each other. Cutler James gets one of the crowbars on the floor. And the referee's like, no, no, no. And then Stacks grabs another crowbar and smacks Sugar Ali in the face with it. Fly and into the crowd. Alright, so Stacks hits Sugar Ali with the crowbar. As I think Sugar Ali had like Tony, you know, he was grabbing him. So Tony's not pleased with that. Shoves Stacks away from a shot from behind. Then they hug it out, man. And then Tony D turns his back. I was like, oh, he's gonna like, all right, let's see what you got, Stacks. You're gonna turn on me now? And then he starts talking to Sugar Ali, and then Stacks, with the heinous act, kicks Tony in his meatballs. And then he leaves the ring. Adriana was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And then Dark State pick up Tony D, hit the triple power bomb. 1, 2, 3. What are you gonna do? Dark State gets the win over the D'Angelo family. And then Sammy Schreiber tries to talk to Stacks, but he gets in his car and Luca Crucifino tries to talk to him. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, bro?" He's like, "Oh, this doesn't concern you. I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday." So I told you guys that Stacks wants to be the Don of NXT, and he turned on Tony. He basically did a Godfather 2. So you know what's gonna happen to Stacks. He's gonna get whacked. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. By the way, the Mets win. Mets win 7-4. Or was it 7-3? I think it was 7-3. Didn't matter. 7-3. Mets sweep the Cardinals. St. Louis is a clean city. You gotta love it. So, Mets on a 4-game winning streak. The Filthies come in on Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon, because that's the travel day. Of course, the Mets next week, this coming weekend, will be in Washington before they come right back home to face Arizona next week. Not this week, next week, and then they go on the road again to face St. Louis, then Arizona, then come back again. And the Yankees series is coming up in about 3 weeks from this coming Saturday. That's in Skanky Stadium, the construction site. So we get that. But big Mets win, you gotta love it. Alright, so Tony D gets screwed by Stacks, and Dark State get the win, and that's that. I told you guys. I told you. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday with the D'Angelo family and Stacks. That's that. Alright, then I believe it's match number 4. I don't even know what number we're up to. For the NXT Women's title, Fatal 4-Way match, we had Stephanie Vaquer taking on my girl Julia, Big Mama Pump, Jordan Grace, and Jada Parker. This was a good match. Booker T going crazy for Stephanie, as always, as she hits the Devil's Kiss, like, on basically everybody, and Booker T's like, oh yeah. I wonder if he looked at that naked picture by Stephanie Vaquer on her Instagram page. You know he did. But anyway, she does all that, goes for the SVB, gets broken up. Julia knees Stephanie to the outside. Jordan Grace hits the Juggernaut Driver, bitch, on Julia. Jada breaks it up with the Hypnotique, that sexy hip attack. And then she comes up favoring her hip. And gets a fruit roll up for an air fall. But Jada comes back with another Hypnotique on Julia. But Stephanie comes back in, hits the SVB on Jada Parker. 1, 2, 3 to retain the title in exactly 16.5 minutes. So Stephanie Vaquer, still your reigning, defending NXT Women's Champion. But I think Julia will live to see another day. We might get that rematch at Battleground, coming up in about a month from now. And that's that. Alright, then we go to your main event of Stand and Deliver for the NXT World Title. Oba! Femi taking on Mr. Bouncy himself, Javon Evans, and Trick Willie! Shimon Trick Williams. Great match. And by the way, I gave the women's title match 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we go to the men's title match. Like I said, it was great. Got a good old-fashioned Tower of Doom spot. Trick counters fell from Grace by Oba. Oba got pissed off, sends Javon through the barricade. Ow. Then walks into a rock bottom through the announcer's table, and it broke. Get back in. Trick with the trick shot on Javon. And Trick had the win, but Oba holds the referee by his leg. The referee has to kick him away. Referee kicks him away. That didn't look good. Then Oba somehow saves his title anyway. So Javon kicks out at 2. The pin is broken up by Oba. And then Javon dives onto Oba, but walks right into the trick shot. Oba with a powerbomb on Trick, on the Javon. Then hits a sit-out powerbomb on Mr. Bouncy Javon Evans. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oba retains the title. He's still the ruler of NXT. Great match. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that ends NXT Stand and Deliver. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, I am out of here. I am going out with the missus to our Easter festivities. And then, we'll be back I'll be back later. And then that's pretty much it. But like I said, enjoy WrestleMania Night 2. Should be way better than Night 1. But we'll see what happens with that. Maybe some more surprises. We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, I will do my WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 review tomorrow on this very channel. So stay tuned for that. And that's it. Alright, I'm out of here. Happy Easter, everybody. Hopefully I have a voice by tomorrow or by the rest of the week. We'll see what happens with that. But until next time, my friends, happy Easter. Be well, be safe, and until next time, peace.